Hi everyone, welcome back to another unboxing. Today we've got the first Hornby engine in the final day collection. It's a limited edition of 500 per engine, and as you can see it's the Battle of Britain class. This engine name is Kenley, its number is 21C168, and yeah, it's part of Hornby's final day collection, which, as you can read down on the bottom here, is all to do with the end of the big four, which were LNER, Southern Rail, as this one is, LMS and Great Western Railways. It all came to an end, as you can see here, on January 1st, 1948, but the Act was sort of passed in 1947, and this, obviously being 2017, marks the 70th anniversary of that occasion. So to celebrate that, Hornby have released 4 engines this year, the first of which being this one. They've released one Southern engine, which is this one. They've released an LNER one, LMS, and a Great Western, and they'll all be the remaining 3 will be coming out later in this year, all of which are limited to 500 pieces. This, as you can see, it's finished in the late Southern, I think it's Malachite green livery, sorry, with the early numbering system there. It's got the black undercarriage as opposed to the same colour one under there, which some of them do have, but yeah, you can see it's got this nice branding on the box here, all the information on the back there. I can just hold that steady for you so you can see. But it basically is just sort of describing a bit of what I've mentioned before, a bit more about the Battle of Britain class. This is obviously named Kenley after Kenley Aerodrome, which coincidentally is very close to where I live, which sort of was all the more reason for me to purchase it. So yeah, here's the box, and let's just start opening it up. Okay, so we're greeted there initially with the certificate, the limited edition certificate. This is number 382, as you can see down in the bottom corner, and yeah, just some more information, as you can see there, more of the final day collection. But yeah, this is basically the same information that's on the box. So here we're greeted with the engine itself. Sorry about that reflection. But it's the ice cube style packaging, as pretty much everything is nowadays. What's this? This is just a maintenance manual here. Yeah, how to take the body apart, oiling, and okay, it actually looks like the decoder, the DCC decoder, is now in the tender on these engines. I've got some West Country class engines, as you may have seen, and on all of those the decoder is actually in the engine itself, so it's a bit easier. The fact that it's in the tender, that would be quite helpful. Here we have the detail pack. We've got some brake rods there. We've got some figures. We've got the front coupling, and just some of the. Oh, we've got some front steps. We've got some of the front lamps, vacuum pipes, destination sort of disc, like the route codes, and yeah, there's a bit of paper telling you, I guess, which configurations you can sort of choose depending on what route you want to replicate. So yeah, here's the actual engine itself. You've got this covering which comes on most things now as well. Okay, so here's the engine. It's probably pretty familiar to most people, as a lot of West Country and Battle of Britain class engines are still around, and you see them a lot in model form as well. But yeah, this is the Air Smooth model. It's the early design before they sort of rebuilt a lot of them, as they found that the design and some of them, I guess, internal sort of mechanics of the engine weren't actually as efficient as they first thought. Sorry. The livery on it is really nice. I really like the contrast between the bright green and then the black on the roof and the undercarriage. I definitely prefer this to some of the other liveries I've seen where they've got the same green all across the undercarriage. I think it's just a little bit too much. But if we work our way from the front, we've got the southern little shield there on the front of the boiler. We've got the number down just above the buffer beam. Sprung buffers, we've got the slot there for the front vacuum pipe, which is in the detail pack I've just shown. Other than that, pretty much just standard. We've got the places where you can mount the directional sort of discs or lamps on the front there. Working our way around, we've got the front smoke deflectors, which are slightly bulge out, as you can see there from the body, but the overall sort of shape just seems to flow like that. We've got the pistons down here. I think in the detail pack, if I remember correctly, they do have the copper rods that connect. They go down and into the front there. These, well, they were futuristic at the time, the wheels, the undercarriage down here. I believe it was to try and save weight. So these sort of new design of the wheels, rather than just having normal sort of spoked wheels. We've obviously got the nameplate up here. I don't know how well you can see this, but yeah, it's obviously named Kenley, Battle of Britain class, and we've got the shield down there. On top, we've obviously got the chimney, we've got the whistles up here, and yeah, moving further back, we've got the bogie underneath the cab. We've got some nice suspension detail down there, as well as some sort of copper piping. I do have, as you can see, I've still got the block of foam in there and the polystyrene under there, in case you sort of realise that. From what I can see, the cab detail is pretty standard and pretty good. They seem to be nowadays on most models. I'm not sure about the railroad range if they have any cab detail, but the majority others seem to. We've got the rear steps on, well, the front steps of the tender here. The front steps here are also loose, as I've shown before. We've got the other rear ones here. The tender itself, very good. The paint matches the engine. It's all the same colour. We've got the coal in the back there, which actually looks quite good this time. It actually does look quite realistic. We've got some of the water tanks up here. I don't know how well the light is sort of showing this, but yeah, and oh, sorry about this light if it's not. There we go. Yeah, we've got these tanks up here. We've got that's the little lever to fill up the tender with water, and then moving around to the back, we've got the rear stairs here, as well as the buffer beam back here and the coupling. So overall, the engine looks really good. I'll just spin it round, see if there's anything different on this side. No, it's pretty much the same, other than this additional copper piping down here, which is quite nice. We've obviously also got Southern on the tender here, and the number 21C168 on the cab side there. So yeah, overall it's a very good looking engine. It's obviously got some sort of extra significance for me, actually living very close to the aerodrome itself, but I would highly recommend purchasing it if you are sort of able to. I assume because of the limited edition the fact that it's a limited edition, that they'll probably go up in value as well. It's just a sort of matter of time, really. Hopefully the other three engines of the last day sort of collection are equally as good. I'm going to have to look into those and see whether I can afford to get those as well and have the sort of complete set. But this is highly detailed. It's very nicely finished. It's come out, actually, it's been released a bit earlier than I thought it would. Sort of all expectations, I think previous expectations were more towards the end of the year. So it was quite a surprise when I saw that it was actually available. But yeah, overall hugely pleased with it. It looks very nice. It'll be great with all the southern stuff that I've got on the layout at the moment. And yeah, hopefully you found this sort of interesting and informative. It's just a quick sort of unboxing showing you what you get, and hopefully there should be a running video with some other southern stuff coming up quite soon. I unfortunately don't have the time to do that immediately, but it will be coming quite soon. It was just a quick unboxing to see what the engine looked like, but yeah, as I said, highly impressed, and hope you enjoyed. Hope you found this video helpful, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.